Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Sir Abu. Today we're going to discuss a very special topic, which is I know very important for those who are going or preparing for an interview, for a job interview, and this topic is very important for all of you. For those who don't know me yet, I would like to introduce to you myself. My name is Sir Roy Abu. I am a certified Human Resources Management Executive, your friendly online human resources coach. I work as a human resources and training manager for different companies in the Philippines. And I am a certified human resources management executive or CHRME certified by American Certification Institute. Today, we are going to discuss some of the interview questions which normally encountered during job interviews. Our topic is how to answer job interview questions effectively. I'm going to share some valuable tips on how to answer common interview questions that often leave us feeling a bit nervous or unsure during the job interview. Common problems of applicants, most especially those without work experience or experiences, is facing interviews to get the jobs they want. But you know that even well-experienced applicants still struggle to answer the question of the interviewers or hiring managers. Not because they don't know the answer, but they don't know the real objectives why those questions are being asked. This is a scenario. You submitted a resume and waited patiently, and finally you received a phone call, and now you got an interview. Then in front of the hiring manager, he smiles and asks you the following question. Tell me something about yourself. Let's hear from some applicants who were interviewed.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm hardworking. If you give me a project to do and there's a deadline that it needs to be done, I can put my head down and focus on that and get the project done. Sorry, I don't mean to giggle. This is a hard question. I haven't thought this way about myself. I'm very honest. If you ask me something, I'll tell you the truth. Sorry. Yes, I'm hardworking. I'm honest. My friends would tell you that I'm pretty easygoing, that I'm real easy to be around, and I don't really make waves or anything at work. So I'm a really good employee that way. Let's see what else. I guess that's about it.
Welcome to the interview, Richard. Can you start off and tell me about yourself?
Yes, well, my name's Richard. I'm 35 years old. I live in England and I'm a good team worker, professional, and I really think I could do a great job for your company.
Then the interviewer will ask you again another question, and this is the question. What are your weaknesses? Let's hear it again from some applicants.
Weaknesses? I don't have any weaknesses. I believe I am a perfectionist and everything has to be done to a very, very high standard and nothing else. I would say my biggest weakness, if I'm being really honest, is the fact that I get bored really easily and I tend to move around jobs. But on a positive side, I think that means I'm always on the go and doing things which could help your company. I would say my biggest weakness is the fact that I get irritated quite easily by people. I prefer to work on my own, which I think could be a really good thing for your company, because if you need me to focus on tasks, I can do them myself and they will always get done properly and on time. Weaknesses.
Okay. And then the final question was asked by the interviewer. And this is the final question. How much is your expected salary? So how are you going to answer this question? Let's hear from other applicants.
Can I call a friend?
So if you were the hiring manager, are you going to hire them? Maybe, or maybe not. But you as an applicant, how are you going to answer those questions? You as an applicant, how are you going to answer those questions? So grab a pen and paper because we're going to discuss it right now. But before that, I would like to thank Filipinas International Training Institute, our training partner in United Arab Emirates. They are the one who make this pre-training accessible to all. Filipinas International Training Institute offers a very affordable training for OFWs or to all nationalities in Abu Dhabi and soon in Dubai and in Saudi Arabia. So these are their courses. So we're going to give you, this is the good news, we're going to give you a scholarship voucher online training. So wherever you are, so you don't need to go to school, we will give you 100% scholarship voucher. Just please stay tuned until the end of this short training because Filipinas International Training will be giving away 100% scholarship voucher for those who will be lucky winner, lucky viewer. Just wait for the instruction on how to get a chance to win this scholarship voucher before we end this training. So just stay tuned. Okay? And now let's proceed to our topic. How to answer job interview questions effectively and get the job you want. During the interview, you can prepare answers to some common questions that many hiring managers ask. Like, tell me something about yourself, what is your greatest weakness, or similar questions that you can expect from interviewers. Learning how to answer this question is a positive manner that can impress hiring managers and increase your chances of getting a job. On the other hand, being unprepared to answer those questions can be resulted to a negative impression and negative result of your interview. So this is question number 1, which is tell me something about yourself. When faced with this question, it's important to remember that the interviewer is not looking for your entire life story. Instead, they want to hear about relevant information related to your professional background, skills, and achievements. So there is a formula. What is this formula? The formula is start with a brief introduction. You have to mention your name, your current role, and years of experience in the industry. Okay, I will repeat. You have to mention your name, current role, and years of experience in the industry. Let's take an example. Let's say I am Ronaldo Abug. You can call me Roy for short. I am a certified human resource manager and I have been working on all functions of human resource management for more than 20 years. I am a certified TESDA assessor and trainer and work as a full-time trainer at Canadian Tourism and Hospitality Institute. So this is another formula. Highlight your key skills. Talk about the skills that are directly applicable to the positions that you are applying for. Talk about the skills that are directly applicable to the positions you're applying for. Be specific and mention examples of how you've used these skills in previous roles or your previous jobs. This is an example. Being a certified trainer and assessor, I can create different training modules that are tailored fit to the organizational needs and qualifications of the learner. Very simple, but the skills is highlighted. And then another formula, discuss your accomplishments. Share a few notable achievements that demonstrate your ability to deliver results. And this could be a project you successfully completed or an award you received. This is an example. I have trained more than 1,000 students in 3 months with 100% passing rate on their written and skills assessment and placed 100% of the graduates on their respective on-the-job training. And then, finally, connect to the role that you would like to get from the company. Wrap up your answer by explaining how your skills and experience align with the requirements of the position you are interviewing for. Show enthusiasm and express your interest in contributing to the company's success. This is an example. With the current skills and previous accomplishment, I'm confident that I will be an asset to your organization and can make your training institution more successful and well-known in the entire Middle East. So, we have tip number 1. Remember to keep your answer concise and avoid getting too personal. Practice beforehand to ensure that you deliver a confident and engaging response. So let's pause for a while and let's see how you will deliver your answer with this question. Anyone who wants to volunteer? Okay, you can pause for a while and then type your message on the message below on how are you going to introduce yourself using the formula. And then let's go to question number 2. What are your strengths and weaknesses? It is important to approach this question with honesty and self-awareness. So let's break it down into 2 parts. When discussing your strengths, focus on the ones that are relevant to the job you are applying for. Think about the skills or qualities that make you stand out. When discussing your strengths, focus on the ones that are relevant to the job you are applying for. Think about the skills and qualities that make you stand out. For example, you might say that you might be a great solver, a strong communicator, or a detail-oriented person. Make sure that you can provide specific examples of how you demonstrated this strength in previous roles or previous job. That part, this part is so easy to do, right? So you know yourself very well. You know your strengths that can convince your target company to hire you. So we're not going to focus much time on this portion. So let's try one of the most difficult questions we normally encounter during the interview. It's about weaknesses. So when talking about your weaknesses, it's crucial to be honest without undermining your chances of getting the job. Instead of mentioning a weakness that could directly impact your ability to perform in the role, discuss the skills or area you're working on improving. For instance, you might mention that you're working on enhancing your public speaking skills, on time management abilities. And the key is to show self-awareness and highlight your effort to overcome these weaknesses. Why do hiring managers are asking? Why do hiring managers are asking this kind of question? There are some reasons why do they ask, or why do hiring managers are asking this kind of question. There are 3 reasons why. Number 1, they want to see they want to see that you are self-aware. Why? Because if you understand your weakness or weaknesses, they want to know how you are going to improve yourself. Number 2, they want to assess how honest you are. You cannot say, I don't have weaknesses, because all people have their own weaknesses. And number 3, they want to see whether you have plans to improve. Those are the reasons why do hiring managers are asking this kind of question. These are tips on how to give your answer about your weaknesses. Number 1, give an honest weakness. The interviewer will respect you if you will be honest with your weaknesses. Do not say you are perfectionist. If you tell this to the interviewer, you might fail the interview. They might think that you will also scrutinize even your immediate superiors. Explain what you are doing to improve your weaknesses. That is the most important. So what are the possible answers about this question? When hiring manager asks you about your weaknesses, so we can say, it has been difficult for you to work with certain personalities. Being an expat working in this country, in United Arab Emirates, or in Saudi Arabia, or in the Middle East, we are working with different nationalities with different characteristics and personalities. Don't be afraid to say this as your weakness. Even the most flexible people can have trouble working with others that have certain characteristics or personality traits. If this has been a weakness of yours in the past, explain the personality types you have had trouble working with and quickly identify the reason why. Then discuss the ways you have adjusted your communication or work style to better work towards a common goal together. This is an example. In the past, I have found it difficult to work with aggressive personality types. Okay, types of personality, aggressive. While understanding diversity in personalities makes business strong, I tend to quiet my own idea and opinion around louder colleagues. To combat this, I have made it a point to spend more time with colleagues I feel uncomfortable working with. By learning more about them, their communication style, and their motivation, I am better able to collaborate with these personality types, so that we equally contribute to our strengths and skills. That's very simple, right? And another one is I have trouble asking for help. You may also say this as your weakness. You have trouble asking for help. Asking for help is necessary skill when you lack. Asking for help is a necessary skill when you lack expertise in a certain area or when you cannot handle your workload. Knowing when and how to ask for help shows a strong self-awareness, while having strong work ethics and being independent are positive qualities. It is better for business if you know when to ask for help. If you know it has been difficult to ask for help in the past, explain why you know it is beneficial and the ways you have tried to improve this skill. Take note that this is more important to know how you were able to address and improve this kind of weakness. This is an example. Because I am independent and enjoy working quickly, it has been difficult for me to ask for help when I need it. I have learned that it is much more beneficial for me and the business to reach out when I do not understand something or feel burned out with my workload. I also understand that there are many experts around me that have specific knowledge and skills that can make my work better. While I am still working on it, I have been able to produce more high quality work as a result of getting help from those around me. Take note, what is more important to know is how you were able to address and improve this kind of weakness. You can also say this as a weakness. I focus too much on detail during projects or tasks. Maybe you're thinking that being detail-oriented is typically a good thing or strength, right? But if you're someone who tends to spend too much time on the specifics of a project, it could also be considered as weakness. By sharing that you focus too much on details, you're showing your interviewer that you're capable of helping the organization avoid even minor mistakes. But be sure to explain how you're making improvements in this area. A candidate who assures quality and strives for balance can be a great asset. Remember that. Explain why you know it is beneficial and the ways you have tried to improve these skills. So this is an example. My greatest weakness is that I sometimes focus too much on the details of a project and spend too much time analyzing the finer points. I've been striving to improve this area by checking in with myself at regular intervals and giving myself a chance to refocus on the bigger picture. That way, I can still ensure quality without getting too caught up in the details that it affects my productivity and the team's ability to meet the deadline. Okay, so let's pause for a while and let's see how you will deliver your answer on this question. So you can type your answer below so that we can read it later on. And let's proceed to last interview question. The most exciting part of the interview is when the hiring manager will ask you, how much is your expected salary? The salary question, while it can be a bit uncomfortable, it's important to handle it professionally. So here's how. Before the interview, research the average salary range for similar positions in your industry and location. So website like Glassdoor or PayScale can provide valuable insights. Just search it on Google, okay? And then delay discussing numbers. If possible, try to delay discussing salary until you have better understanding of the job and the value you can bring to the company. You can say something like, I would like to learn more about the responsibilities and expectations of the role before discussing salary specifics. Provide a salary range. If the interviewer insists on getting a figure, give salary range rather than a specific number. Don't give a specific number. Ensure the range is based on your research and takes into account your experience and skills. And discuss other benefits. Highlight that your decision will include factors beyond your salary. Mention that you are also interested in considering the overall compensation package, growth opportunities, work-life balance, and any additional benefits the company may offer. And then express flexibility. Let the interviewer know that you are open for discussing the salary further and that you are willing to negotiate based on the overall package and the value you can bring to the organization. Remember, it is essential to approach the salary discussion with professionalism and confidence. Be prepared to justify your salary expectation based on your experience, skills, and value you can bring to the company. Okay, so that ends our short training. We are also inviting you to attend our next pre-training online. We're going to do this every week, so please keep following the official page of Pilipinas International Training Institute for the announcement of the pre-training schedules. So as I've mentioned, there will be a pre-training scholarship voucher that we're going to give you. So what is the criteria or the instructions on how you can have it, have a chance to have a pre-training scholarship voucher? First, you have to like and share the Pilipinas International Training Institute official page, and then using the formula, tell me something about yourself on the comment section of this video. Okay, just write it down using the formula that we have mentioned. Winners will be announced on our next pre-online training. That's all for the day. So if you have any question, if you have any insights, or you want to learn something, topics that you would like to discuss in the future, please mention it below this video. Thank you very much and have a nice day.